You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Doug Geed. Boy, a political bombshell. Upstate Congresswoman Elise Stefanik just announced that she's suspending her campaign for governor. Maybe more stunningly, she announced that she won't be running for re-election to her congressional seat next year either. Stefanik was seen as a front-runner to challenge Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul next year. Now here's her post on X. She writes, "I have made the decision to suspend my campaign for governor and will not seek re-election to Congress. I did not come to this decision lightly for our family." And she added that a Republican primary against Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, who only recently entered the race himself, isn't an effective use of time or resources in the coming year. Blakeman issued a statement praising Stefanik's service in government. He adds, quote, "At this pivotal moment for New York, it's essential that Republicans and all New Yorkers come together in unity. I'm ready to work hand in hand with the Congresswoman and all New Yorkers to restore accountability, affordability, and safety to state government." Newsday will certainly be keeping an eye on that story. Lots more to come on that. Other news, a former school superintendent has pleaded guilty in connection with an alcohol-related crash last year that left a man seriously injured. Prosecutors say Michael Hines, the former superintendent of Port Washington schools, had a blood alcohol level of .09 when his car collided with a motorcyclist in Sayville last year. That level is just above the legal threshold for intoxication in New York. The 54-year-old Sayville resident has now pleaded guilty to vehicular assault and is scheduled to be sentenced in February. And a former exotic dancer is suing a Long Island gentlemen's club, claiming that management forced women to engage in prostitution. Christine DeMaria, who's now an attorney, is suing the people who run Gossip in Melville. She says dancers were threatened with being fired and blacklisted if they didn't perform sexual acts. The owner of the club did not respond to Newsday's calls for comment. And another big story, the storm that blew across our island. It caused some major headaches. Take a look at this. Cars that went up in flames. This happened on West Mill Drive in Great Neck. Authorities say a downed power line sparked the fires. And across the island, several trees were uprooted. Take a look at this. That one blocking the road there. They were brought down by winds with gusts of more than 60 miles an hour. And on top of that, some communities saw flooding. Long Islanders now cleaning up the damage now that the storm has died down. And let's take a look quickly at tomorrow's weather. Much more calm. As you see, chilly start, 29 degrees, but got some sunshine throughout the days, high around 38. We'll check out that 7-day forecast for you in just a short time. Other news, a beloved bagel store manager is back in El Salvador after being deported over the summer. In a story you'll see only in Newsday, Andrew Enger tells us how the Port Washington community is rallying behind him.
We miss him very much.
Some people in Port Washington can't stop thinking about a well-known employee at the Schmear Bagel Cafe on Main Street.
You did not deserve what happened to you.
It was on June 12th, around 6 in the morning, when Schmear's manager, Fernando Mejia, was in the back parking lot here, about ready to make a delivery, when ICE agents arrested him on suspicion of being in the country illegally.
They come to me like, "Give me your papers," and then I give them my license, and they arrest me.
Fernando spoke to Newsday via Zoom from El Salvador. He went back to his home country in November after spending several months in an ICE detention facility in New Jersey, Florida, Louisiana, and here in New York. The conditions, he says, were horrible.
Over there in Federal Plaza, we sleep 7 days in the floor, no shower, no toothbrush, nothing.
Though Fernando did not have a criminal record, his attorney believes his client was detained because of an existing deportation order.
I don't be criminal.
Fernando's arrest has become a touch point in the debate over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown on Long Island and across the country. Some customers at the Bagel Cafe, like Larissa Mogia, say they were stunned.
He was a great part of the community. People loved him. We have pictures with him during the holidays.
The community in Port Washington has rallied around Fernando, raising money for his teenage U.S. citizen daughter and to pay attorney's fees. He says he hopes to return someday.
I say thank you to all for Washington. You know, I'm gonna miss them for life.
In Port Washington, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
And you can read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Newsday at the movies. I'm Macy Eglund. Big blockbusters are hitting the screen just in time for the holidays. Joining me now with a look at a few of them is Newsday's film critic Rafer Guzman. We always appreciate you being here with us. Thanks, Rafer.
Hi, Macy.
Let's get right into it. I'm so excited about this one. First up, we head to Pandora for a new immersive adventure in Avatar: Fire and Ash.
If there's something you can do, then you must do it.
Whole lot of action in this one, Rafer.
Whole lot of action. As we know, James Cameron loves to go big on these things. $400 million budget, reportedly.
What?
One of the most expensive movies ever made.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, but I think the chances are pretty good that it makes its money back in the first couple weeks. This is a 3D movie, high frame rate, that 48 frames per second that makes it look very hyper real and crisp. People like to see these movies on those large format screens, IMAX, RPX. There are more of those than ever in the world these days, and so I think that's the kind of thing that's going to play well for Avatar. Higher ticket prices for those, of course, so I think the box office will do very well for this. One other thing to say, if you're a Marvel fan, reportedly Disney Marvel is going to show the Marvel trailers for Avengers Doomsday, the big one with Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. The 4 different trailers before the Avatar screenings. So they're really trying to set Avatar up as an event movie.
That's great. I mean, visually, they're always spectacular to see. How many Avatars have there been quickly, though? Do
This
you
is
remember?
number 3.
Number
This
3.
This is episode 3, and I think there's at least still one more coming.
You think?
Yes.
Wow. All right, we're not done with Avatar. All right, let's move on to the next one. We've got Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson going on a musical journey together when they form a Neil Diamond tribute band in Song Sung Blue.
What do you think?
You don't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. You want to be a Neil Diamond interpreter.
This one looks like a fun one.
He does look a little like Neil Diamond, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
So you got these 2 very big stars playing a couple of real-life people, Mike and Claire Sardina from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who formed this tribute band. And Neil Diamond actually met them during the filming of a documentary that they were in 2008 called Song Sung Blue. And he was so taken with their story that he decided to give them the rights, or the filmmakers, the rights to his music, which is a huge deal. If you don't have Neil Diamond songs in a movie like this, you can't make the movie. And so he's done that with this movie as well. This looks really interesting. The director is Craig Brewer, who did Hustle and Flow. So he likes these music-related themes. The one thing I will say to everybody, public service announcement, don't Google this story. Don't Google Mike and Claire Sardina like I did and spoil the whole story for yourself. Wait and see it. That's what I would say.
Go into it kind of unknowing.
Yes.
I got to say, as a Midwesterner, Kate Hudson, she did a pretty good job with the Midwest accent.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I wouldn't know, but I'm glad to hear that.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. Let's check out this other one. If you love rooting for the underdog, place your bets on Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme.
I know it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, this game, it fills stadiums overseas. And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you.
Looks good. I want to see this one.
This is going to be something a little different. Timothée Chalamet plays this eccentric, wacky ping pong champion in the days before ping pong really was a sport. It's based loosely, inspired maybe by the life of Marty Reisman, who was a guy who did this kind of Harlem Globetrotters style comedy ping pong routine before becoming an actual ping pong champion. And so you'll see a little bit of that in the movie. I want to get this straight. The director is Josh Safdie. He's the guy who did Uncut Gems with his brother Benny Safdie, who just did The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, wow.
So these two brothers really like these extreme characters, these high energy, kind of self-sabotaging characters, and you'll see a lot of that with Timothée Chalamet in this film.
Well, as I was watching the trailer too, I saw the guy from Shark Tank. I was like, wait a second, Kevin.
And Gwyneth Paltrow, who's making a little bit of a kind of a comeback, or at least a return. She hasn't really been doing acting for the last 5 years or so. Interestingly, she plays an actress who's staging a comeback in the film.
Oh, well, there you go. That works out. They all look great. Thank you, Rafer. We really appreciate it. Newsday's film critic joining us. You can read more of his reviews on our website, newsday.com.
All right, thank you, Macy. Well, we all have our favorite pizza spot. Long Island is well known for its pizza. And there's a place in West Hempstead where they say it all starts with the dough. Erica Marcus takes us to Dario's in this week's Feed Me TV.
Long Island has hundreds, thousands of slice shops, and we are blessed. But there's such a thing as a great slice shop where they really go above and beyond, not just with the toppings, but with the pizza itself. And that's what they do here at Dario's in West Hempstead. That's what we're going to show you today.
It's all about the crust, which is all about the dough, which starts with the flour. Dario Carozzi is the chef and partner of Dario's in West Hempstead, one of Long Island's best pizzerias and a standard bearer for a new style of slice shop whose focus is on the crust, not the toppings.
Walk me through how you make your pizza and what makes it special.
I use a pre-ferment. It's sort of a dough that you make either 1 or 2 days prior.
And what's the advantage?
A more complex flavor profile, a more complex texture profile.
Would you say it's a high hydration dough?
For a New York style, it's very high. We're looking at 70% hydration. We mix it, we let it rest, we cut it, shape it.
Once the dough has been made, formed into balls, and proofed for 2 to 4 days, it's time to make the pizza.
I like to slap it, just like you would do with a Napolitan pie. You can see all the air bubbles here. It indicates that the fermentation is perfect. We have a California tomato, and then a tomato from Naples. Low moisture mozzarella, grande. All right, we talked about the hydration, and you can hear it. It's cooked to perfection. It had a lot of water in it, and it escaped. Fresh basil on top. Some Sicilian olive oil from Partanna.
And what cheese is that?
Parmigiano. I know a lot of people like pecorino on pizza. I really don't, just because it's more pungent as a flavor.
It's so balanced. It's all sort of one thing.
One thing, exactly. That's what I'm looking for.
For Newsday TV, this is Erica Marcus.
And you can find our list of best pizza on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And let's take a closer look now at your 7-day weather forecast. And a pretty nice weekend. See some sunshine there. Chilly tomorrow, 39. Warms up a little on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, we got some showers coming in. Rest of the week looks pretty good with more showers on Friday. Look at the temperatures gradually going up, hitting 50 next Friday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Well, some hospitalized children got an early Christmas gift from some local sports heroes.
It's one of my favorite traditions that we have here with the Islanders. I know the boys enjoy it, but just to spend a few minutes with some of these kids that are going through a lot and say hi to them and take a photo and take their mind off of what they're going through. It's a pretty special day and a great time to do it around the holidays here.
New York Islanders distributing toys. They gave autographs, took pictures with the kids in hospitals across our island, including Cohen's Children's, Stony Brook, Nassau University Medical Center, Good Samaritan, and NYU Langone, Long Island. For more on the stories you've seen today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More under the Newsday TV video box. I'm Doug Geed. Thanks for watching. We have more news straight ahead for you.
Newsday investigates how 5 years after reforms, the use of force by police has increased, impacting black people at much higher levels.
Our skin color played a major factor in how they treated us.
What are the reasons and what's being done to stop it?
Accountability and transparency. If you don't have those two things, then you have impunity.
Use of Force, a Newsday investigation. Now available at newsday.com/force.